Andre from May Entertainment doing a report, urgent breaking special report on the U.S. test drop nuclear bombs in the World War III drill. You know, if you haven't noticed, Russia has made a 40 million civilian nuclear bomb drill evacuation. Now, just earlier this month, the U.S. Air Force dropped 2 fake nuclear bombs in the Nevada desert in preparation for a potential World War III scenario. So if you haven't got the news yet, it's time to stop sleeping. It's time to wake up. The drill was performed the same B-2 bombers that flew over the South China Sea recently, sparking fears. I guess you could say that this drill was some kind of readiness exercise to prepare for war with China and or Russia. The U.S. really doesn't like these little islands that China is building. They say it looks like military lands, military grounds for Air Force bases or somewhat so on, that they're creating these little islands in the international waters. But nonetheless, the National Nuclear Security Administration released this sorry excuse on October 6th for the Nevada desert exercise, and I quote, "The primary objective of flight testing is to obtain reliability, accuracy, and performance data under operationally representative conditions. Such testing is part of the qualification process of current alterations and life extension programs for weapon systems." Yeah, bullshit. The National Nuclear Security Administration scientists and engineers use data from these tests and computer simulations developed by Sandia National Laboratories to evaluate the weapon system's reliability and to verify that they are functioning as designed. Yeah, alright, okay. China's ready, Russia's ready. What do you think is going to happen, folks? You know, we've been seeing tanks upon tanks and armored vehicles and Humvees being transported all over the U.S. It is the same scenario that's happening in World War II. Germany went industrial with their military vehicles and so on and so forth. The U.S. is doing the same thing. Something big is coming here now, and I need to advise you guys, you need to share this video, you need to get it out there. I'm not saying it's going to be tomorrow, I'm not saying it's going to be before the elections, but within the next few months, we can expect something huge to happen. Meanwhile, NATO is up on the shores of Poland and eastern flank, and other states with more troops and Western objectives. Russia moved their own deployment into Kaliningrad outpost, and it has its own 500 to 700 kilometer radius. So Russia has their own nuclear outlet set up right now, while the U.S. is just trying to swarm in. Meanwhile, Nevada is getting bombs, test bombs, nuclear test bombs. So it's really important to note that the Russian movement that just finished on October 8th, that just occurred after the Nevada desert test. So it could be that Russia is prepping for U.S. strikes and not the other way around. Could there actually be something real underlining their paranoia propaganda, or is it just paranoia? Well, I like to go by the facts. I don't like to daydream. You gotta look. You gotta see. You gotta feel your gut. You gotta stop sleeping. You gotta wake up. What I'm trying to say here is that it's vitally important to match up the facts and draw your own conclusions. Okay, the announcement last week by the U.S. World War III may be inevitable. That's what they said. CNN, Clinton News Network. Shortly after that, their nuclear testing resumed. Should that never be forgotten over the coming months, but releasing that the nightmare is aching to a Pandora refusing to return to the box. Also important, France's President Hollande's comments the other day about Russia, insisting that they are not a threat, but as The Guardian reported, they are seen by the French as a partner. But France is under NATO, so Russia has always been open for dialogue with NATO, but Putin's spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, Russia is not looking for an enemy, but it actually seems, though that's what's happening right now, is defending themselves. Peskov continued whenever he said, NATO soldiers march along our borders and NATO jets fly by, but it's not us who are moving closer to NATO's borders. So You know, you really got to watch what you're seeing out there. CNN does not report to you what is really happening out there. You got to tune in. You got to stop sleeping. You got to wake up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I'm going to leave a bunch of links in the description box about Russia and the US right now, what's happening. There's about 4 or 5 videos there. It's really important that you go and watch these. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next clip. Crazy Canadian over and out.
What the hell? That big old eagle flying. So America's military shows up and big old eagle flies. Wow, that's crazy. That's what's up. Hey man, is that an eagle or is that a drone? Y'all think y'all slick, military. I think that's a drone, man. What's up with this dude, bro? This ain't Aleppo, nigga, don't bomb us, goddammit.